He's Julio Arca, and believe it or not, we're at the Riverside. We've ended up in here. I thought we were meant to be at Durham. Anyway, that's for another day. We're not going to reveal that. So Julio Arca, I think you're the first Argentinian I've chatted to. I've chatted to Spaniards and Italians and French.
First of all.
But first Argentinian, I'm an Argentina fan. Maradona, love Maradona.
Did you hear that?
I've asked you the first time I met you a few weeks ago in the lounge, how does a boy that comes from Sunderland for Argentina, end up in Sunderland? How did that happen?
Yeah, that was a strange thing to happen because we're going back 25 years ago.
Wow.
English football was good, but it wasn't as popular as Spanish football at that time, especially in South America. Italian football, obviously, happy players as well. So for us South American players, the aim was to get in Spain or Italy at that time.
Right.
When I made my debut 6 months later, or less than a year later, an offer from Sunderland came. And obviously I didn't know anything about Sunderland. I didn't know much about English football apart from the big teams. And that's how everything started. They started looking at me, they put a proper offer to my agent at that time.
So you had an agent?
Yeah. Basically they give me no more than a few weeks to decide. Right. Because they approached me, I think it was July or August, and then by the end of the month had to be done.
Right. Right. So it was all.
So it was
fairly quickly.
Yeah, fairly quick. Yeah.
What part of Argentina did you come from?
So I'm from Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Have you been there?
No, I've not been. I'd love to go.
So I'm from the south of Buenos Aires, massive city like London. I love football teams in there. I love football players.
Yeah.
Very passionate people about football. And I grew up with football, in the streets. At that time, we could play in the streets, in the parks.
Yeah,
well,
same
now
as
we
us in
don't
Glasgow.
see, we don't see much now. And yes, nice working class city. People obviously the weekends trying to go enjoy the football and spend a lot of time with the family. But it's not like city like Sunderland, Middlesbrough, a city like this.
You're from a big family?
So family-wise, not massively. I still got my mum and dad over there, brother and sister living in there, and auntie and uncle, but I don't think we are more than 15 in the family. 15.
Right. Is there any friends, old friends you keep in touch with?
Yeah. So closest friend, they all still living there. I got 3 or 4 closest friends away from football, and then I got in football. If you have to be honest, I only have friends that you call friends. Probably 3.
Yeah.
I play with many.
Yeah.
But 3 people that I always keep in touch.
Right.
It's one of them where I don't see them often, but every time we speak, it's like I saw them yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
good that how you connect in it.
Yes. But again, they all one living in Spain, the other one living in Portugal, so it's hard to see each other.
So Peter Reid was the manager. He was the guy that signed you.
Yes.
So where did you meet him? How did the deal develop?
So the deal I think started when they saw me playing against England on the 21s down in London. The national team, first team came over here to play against England. We came alongside them as on the 21 to play against England. And I believe, or I've been told, they saw me there playing. And then after that, they follow my time in Argentinos Juniors, the team I was playing there, for 6 or 8 months.
Right.
And that's how
That's how it came about.
Yes.
How did you settle into the area? I mean, I'm asking you as an Argentinian. I'm from Glasgow.
Yeah.
3 months up the road. 3 hours up the road.
Yeah.
I found it very, very difficult to settle here in Teesside. How did you feel?
I find it hard, especially the language and the culture was hard to that.
I had the same problem.
And you coming from only 3 hours away. I find it hard that obviously the way to communicate with people was hard because I didn't speak the language at all. I have a couple of players at that time in Sunderland that could help me out, but obviously I wasn't living with them. And then the culture of everything like shutting down at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That was something like I saw. Well, what can I do now? Because in Argentina, you go to a shopping mall open till 12 o'clock, restaurants open till 1 o'clock.
Right. Totally.
Everything is just like the day is long. Where here, even going to restaurants after 7, 8 o'clock, some of the restaurants shut down. So it took a little time for me to do that, but after a while, like anything.
Did you stay in digs or stay in the house?
So at the beginning I stayed in a hotel in Durham,
Right.
the Marriott Hotel,
Marriott, yeah,
alongside the
Marriott,
canal.
yeah.
Then I moved to Sunderland. I was in the marina, Sunderland Marina,
Mhm.
in an apartment Sunderland used to have it there. And then I found my own place. Believe it or not, I used to live in Newcastle. I was
Did
playing
you?
for Sunderland, living in Newcastle.
Well, you're taking a chance there.
Yeah, but Newcastle was a lot quieter than what it is now.
Yeah. Newcastle's a nice city. You signed for Sunderland in 2000. The fee was 3.5 million. Did
Yes.
you feel any pressure? How old were you?
I was only 19.
So 19, 3.5 million, lot of money. Did you feel any pressure, or didn't you bother about the fee?
I don't think I realised that. I knew it was a lot of money, and I knew that I obviously had to perform. I was surprised when I played my first game for Sunderland, because my first official game was for the reserves a week before, and then I got to play for the first team a week after. I didn't expect to see that many people, 48,000 at the stadium.
Yeah. Was that about your shop then?
Yeah,
When you seen the crowd?
yeah. So I saw, wow, I guess expecting something from me, all these people.
Yeah,
I saw,
yeah.
well, it's going to be people, but I didn't expect that many thousand.
Yeah.
And Sunderland the year before nearly qualified to UEFA. They have Kevin Philly, the record goal scorer in Europe, the Golden Boot. So it was a lot of things going on. So I wasn't arriving just like an average team. And Sunderland at that time was a good team.
Yeah. Big Niall Quinn there?
Niall Quinn
I know
there,
Quinny very well, yeah.
Alex Reid.
Alec Reid,
Reid from up there.
Well, he would kick his granny.
Oh, it was
He was solid, wasn't he?
good to have in your team.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, we have some great international players there. So I was coming to like a very experienced team, being a young player.
Yeah.
Luckily, I managed to get in the team straight away, and things go well the first season.
Is it true? So Bobby Robson at the time, did he try and nick in and get you? Is that what
I've
heard?
been told that. So
Oh,
basically, we were in the hotel waiting to sign for Sunderland, and my agent apparently got a call from him or from someone working alongside him.
Yeah.
He was down. He was over in America with pre-season, so basically they said to wait for them to come back. Sunderland, basically, we have the contract on the table.
No hesitation.
No. I saw Sunderland at that time. Sunderland show stronger interest.
So no hesitation. What was your opening game for Sunderland, and did you score? Who was opposition?
So Sunderland West Ham was the first game.
Right.
It was 1-1. I scored my first goal there as a header.
A header?
Yeah, they scored many.
You were as good at me.
I think I scored one for Middlesbrough, one header. No being obviously the biggest guy in the pitch, and scored a header. Playing against a good West Ham.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Davos Zucker, Pablo Di Canio.
Oh, they were all playing.
Frank Lampard should start it.
Right.
I think so. Cole might be there on the bench, so they have some great players.
And you scored with a header.
I got ahead.
What position were you playing? Left
So
back?
I was
midfield?
playing left wing.
Left wing, right.
Right as a left back, but Michael Gray was the captain.
Yeah.
Local boy,
Yeah.
left back. So my chances of playing left back, obviously, were going to be high.
You spent, was it 6 years you spent, or 6.5?
6 years.
6 years at Sunderland. You had your fair share of injuries. How did you cope with that period?
So yes, the first injury I have in Sunderland, that was probably one of the worst injuries in my career, was I don't know what they call it here, but basically it's a weak of your muscles on your groins and your pelvic area,
Right.
and it was really, really hard even to pass the ball.
Right.
I don't know why it started, probably overtraining, playing a lot of games, or probably doing the right exercise before and after every game, every training session. And it kept me out for a few months, but I was playing through pain sometimes. Well, every player played through pain,
Yeah, they did.
Some
back
pains
then.
you can deal with, some pains you can't.
Yeah.
But apart from that, never really have any major problems. When I was
niggles.
injured. Yeah. I mean, I can't remember playing many games without having a pain here or there.
I think that was your day. You just went through it, didn't you?
Yeah, you had to. It was your position. Keep your position as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because if you know, someone else come.
Couple of years in, you get promotion into top flight.
We did, yeah.
How magical was
so
that?
obviously we went. Peter Reid left 2.5, nearly 3 years after I arrived.
Yeah.
We got relegated on the Howard Wilkinson.
He
He was there for a year, and then we got relegated to the championship. We lost a lot of players in there, We lost, I think, 15 or 16 players.
Is that how many you left?
Yeah,
Wow.
everyone left.
Wow.
And then he left and Mick McCarthy arrived.
Big Mick, I know Mick
Big
well
Mick,
for the Republic.
Good manager, good person.
Straight talker.
Yeah. And we spent 2 years in the Championship with him. We reached FA Cup semi-final. We got beat against Millwall in Old Trafford.
Right.
And the second season we won the league with Mick. And then
Right.
we go back to the Premier League. Again, we didn't have a good season. The club didn't spend much money.
Yeah.
So we went down straight away. As soon as we go up, we went down. And that's when my time ended in Sunderland.
It's always difficult, isn't it, when you come up and you're not
If
spending
you don't
money.
spend
and
money,
it go.
it happened now. Now you have to spend even more than before. Where before you're talking about probably 30, 40 million, now we're talking about 200, 300
Yeah.
millions. The club didn't spend much. Mick obviously could not do much with the team we have. A good group of decent players, not good enough to obviously survive in the Premier League.
What about Howard Wilkinson? Obviously, he went on to win the league with Leeds United,
Yeah.
brought in players like Cantona and Vinnie Jones. What was he like? I heard he was boring and it was too methodical. And
Yeah.
was that what type of guy he was, or was it exciting? Was he?
My relationship with him wasn't like, it wasn't great, wasn't even a relationship, you know, since he arrived, for some reason, obviously, I wasn't part of the plans. I think I only played 4 or 5 games all season.
Right.
Yes, he was a bit old-fashioned, but then he had an assistant that was younger than him. So it was a bit of mix, but you know what happened when you get beat week after week, things in the changing room could turn sour, you know. And
toxic.
yeah, and the players were happy. Obviously, I wasn't happy because the least you want is to play, and if you don't play, the least you want is the team to like, or the manager say, look, go and run somewhere, trying to like see if you can play somewhere else. That didn't happen, so I wasn't playing. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. So I was just basically stuck in the mood there, waiting for things to happen. And then when he left, obviously changed things.
And the guy that brought you over, talking about managers and what they're about, what is Peter Reid like?
Well, Peter Reid, I'm going to see him this Thursday. This
Right.
Thursday we're doing an event together. I
Tell us
haven't
that
seen him
from
for a while.
Yeah.
Peter Reid, I think probably one of the best things that happened to me to have him as a first manager. Probably English manager, you know, a true English footballer, playing the World Cup, you know, playing big teams in here.
Like that day Maradona beat 5-6.
Yeah, I told him about that. Yeah.
We have to get that in, don't we?
And no, it was good. Obviously, the conversation we have, it was like basic conversation because at that time I couldn't speak much. Well, if I speak with him now, the conversation could be a lot longer. But no, it was good. And as I always say, probably one of the best managers Sunderland have, because I don't think, I might be wrong, but I don't think any manager after him finished high in the Premier League since he left.
Oh, is that right? I
I
didn't
think
know
he
that stat,
finished
right?
twice 7 in the league, and I cannot remember since 2001 Sunderland finished any higher than 7 in the league.
Right.
So
Peter
don't
Reid's
do
still-
well.
When you left Sunderland, you joined Middlesbrough. Was that a 5-year contract you signed?
I think at the beginning it was 3 or 4, and then we
What
extended.
was the fee involved? I can't remember. I'd have been watching the games. I'd have been doing all the games with the commentary at the time.
Who was it?
The fee. What was the fee?
1.75, I think it was. So it was half.
I was a
half
snip,
of
wasn't
money,
I?
yeah.
Snip.
Yeah. So
Right.
it was a clause on my contract.
Right.
If Sunderland got relegated again,
Oh,
they
you
had
can-
to let me go for that money.
Right.
So obviously, Middlesbrough came. Southgate was just starting his first step as manager, and he needed a left back because Frank Quadru left the team.
French
at that
Frank.
time, yeah. So I have a conversation, not with him, but people like connected.
Yeah.
They were like asking me, "Will you be prepared to play left back?" I said, "Well, yeah, all day because that's my position. That's the position I like." And that's how things started to like move, and we done the deal.
You would have known that Gareth was a player of that team. The majority played them.
Played with him against many times. Yeah.
And then he becomes manager. Did you think you found it difficult at the start? You know, to adapt to be one of the lads to the manager.
He didn't show that. But I guess
Bad.
I find it. You know, I saying that when I went to South Shields, I don't have been managing in there for
Yeah,
10 months.
yeah.
I have to coach some of the players that play with me. So obviously when you don't have to, when you have to tell them you're not playing, that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
Because they used to like be your pals,
Yeah.
They're still in touch with you. So I guess it wasn't easy for him. But saying that, he had a good group of people working alongside him.
Right.
Colin Cooper was one
Colin
of them.
Cooper, Cooks, I played with Cooks.
And it was 3 or 4 more. Malcolm Crosby was there.
Yeah, Crosby the keeper.
So they have like many people like with a lot of experience. So that made him easier.
Right.
But then obviously dealing with the players is never easy. Not every
All
player,
different
not every
characters.
footballer is. But I saw the first season we done alright. The first season was a good season. And the second season, through injuries and people leaving, and it probably find it a bit harder. But I saw he did alright. For his first show, it was a big show.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough in the Premier League, not an easy one.
No.
I saw, overall he did okay.
I heard this story. You can confirm if it's true or not. You might have been there, not there. The Romford Pelly, Ray Parlour. Gareth says, I want to be called Gaffer.
Okay.
Go on, tell a story. I found it hilarious, and I thought people say, oh, he took Humbury Street, it wasn't happening.
I didn't know much about it, but
but you know the story. Tell the story. It's funny.
About Ray Parlour calling.
Yeah. So Gareth says, I want you calling me Gaffer.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, he probably say that to many of them because obviously you become, as I say, you become a friend of them, but now you're the gaffer. You're the one making decisions.
Yeah.
So obviously, few things probably been saying the change room. I'm not allowed to say. But now that you away from football and you see like things differently. It made sense what he was saying. It's a line.
What, Ray Parlour?
No. Well, he probably think he was right, and probably Gareth was right right now. I think it's a line where if you're the manager, regardless if you are a friend or not to the players, then it's a line that you not cross. And some of them probably were preparing to cross it. So, but I'm not sure in detail what happened.
Well, I would say what I know, and you can just nod your head. I'm a Gareth fan.
Yeah.
I liked him when he was here as a manager. I thought it was hard done by. I want him to win a competition because I just think he's a lovely human being.
Yes.
When Gareth had told, obviously I'm trying to distance myself, I'm the manager now, I want you to call me boss, manager, whatever. And Ray Parlour says, hey, what about Big Nose? And he get bumped, didn't he? I don't think he played again, did he?
No, that's what I mean, like, that banter they couldn't have before.
What is banter?
Yeah, but I think, when you're a manager, you need to that's why you have your assistants. Because the assistants are the ones that have more connection.
Yeah, that's right, more fun way.
And then, even, I know it's sad, but you have to distance from the player a bit more. You have to look everything.
Yeah, but when you've been one of your mates just
there, that's why
then it's hard.
It's sad. That's why I think it was hard for him to become a manager from being a player.
Yeah.
Only 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He used to play with them, and then
no, he's trying to tell them what to do.
6 weeks after, I'm the manager. So call me this, or do this, do that.
So when you signed for Middlesbrough, you mentioned the fee. Did you receive any stick for joining us from Sunderland fans, or?
Not really. I mean, social media at that time wasn't
really about
and to be honest, I carry on living up there, not in Sunderland, but I was living in Washington, not far from Sunderland.
Yeah.
Obviously, there you got a mix of Sunderland fans and Newcastle fans, so it's a 50-50 there.
Yeah.
I can't remember having anyone insulting me or saying stuff to me.
Right, never got any of that.
I think they understood that as a player, I was only 25. I think at that time, you looking to play as high as you can in football, because football career only lasts 15 years. If you're lucky, mine lasts 13. Yeah. So they understood that Sunderland at that time obviously got relegated. We didn't have a chairman because the chairman left. Niall Quinn was taking over.
Actually, Niall Quinn,
so I think I did at best at school as a player over there, and my time was it. I was looking for a new challenge, and Middlesbrough luckily provided that challenge for me.
When you joined Middlesbrough, your debut, you broke your foot. Is that right?
Yeah.
So was it accidental, was it?
It was accidentally a good precision with them. I played left back, enjoyed my time playing alongside some great centre backs, playing behind Stevie Downing.
Yeah.
I used to play with him when he came to Sunderland a few
Oh, he
months
did, under Big Mick.
on the Big Mick, and then I was playing left back at that time. So the partnership with him, it was just straight away. We clicked. It was good, and I came over here. I knew him, so yes, playing QPR away. I think it was a corner, free kick. Someone had the ball, the keeper rebound, and then we went to kick the ball. Me and I think it was Chris Reid.
Chris Reid, he
Two
gave you
of us,
Middlesbrough.
yeah. So I go there first, and he kicked my foot.
Oh, so your teammate done it?
Yeah, well, yeah, accidentally. I think it was him. I cannot remember
Right,
exactly.
right.
And he just, he broke one of the metatarsals or whatever.
How long were you out for with that?
So I was 2 or 3 months out.
So how do you cope? So you're involved, and then you have to go and get treatment. You isolate yourself from the team because you need to get fit.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, it's
Hard
hard,
time,
especially when you write to a new club, because you wanna make an impression in there. You know, you wanna show the manager, you know, I'm here. I wanna play.
Yeah.
And then, as you know, in football things change. You know, the manager have to look for replacement. At that time, I don't think it was any left back apart from young Andrew Taylor.
Andrew Taylor,
He was coming through the academy, and if I'm not wrong, he started playing once I got injured, and he got in the team and done well. So when I came back, only he was playing well, so I have to weigh my chances, you know.
Yeah. You can accept that as a player, can't you?
Yeah,
If
but
something in front,
you
have to take it.
You have to keep working hard, but then we were short of midfields because we have some injuries in the middle. I cannot remember who was injured, but the manager said to me, "Look, when you prepare to like cover some of the players up in the midfield." I said, "Well, I never played before, but I think I can do a job for you." And then I started playing as a midfield.
But when you were left back, you were a footballing left back, weren't you? Skillful, check.
I like playing good football, and luckily I was playing alongside great players, you know, Boateng, Rochenbach.
Rochenbach, he hit more balls than that River Tees.
I know.
I remember Rochenbach, yeah.
He was a tough Brazilian player.
Was he a good guy?
Normally the Brazilians had quality and
Yeah.
technically he was good.
Yeah.
But he wasn't afraid to go for attack.
No, he was a bit wild. He played with Sporting, didn't he? I think it was Sporting he came from.
Sporting.
What
he
other
came from
players
Barcelona? No, did it?
He might have been at both.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Who was the other players for the younger listeners? Who was some of the other players in that team?
Coming through the academy.
No, in the team you were playing. What team?
So at that time, Mark Schwarzer was the keeper.
Schwarzer.
Right back, he was Abel Xavier. The Portuguese
Xavier,
lad.
I liked him.
Yeah.
I met him once, in the airport.
Normally the centre backs, Hugo Garcia,
dressed him,
Chris Riggets, then Robert Hood, right?
Robert Hood, the one who Leicester won the
left back, obviously myself or Andrew Taylor. Then midfield you have Rochenbach, you have Mendieta, you have Boateng, you have Shane Morrison playing on the right, Stevie Downing. It was many, and then on front you have at that time was Yakubu Viduka, Massimo Macaroni.
Yeah, the Italian scored in the semi-final, the header.
It was few more, and then we have Mido. Right, the season
Big
after,
Mido came, yeah.
So
he was a character, wasn't he?
Oh, he was,
yeah.
He was
I heard all about
good
him.
player.
Oh, yeah.
But
Off the wall.
That's why I was saying to you before. It's hard to deal with players. It was one that hard to deal with.
Well, especially for all the world, because they're all different temperaments and ideas and backgrounds.
Different cultures, you know.
Different cultures.
So great player when he was fit and he was like on tune.
Yeah.
It was one of the best centre forwards I played with. But then you have the other side that sometimes it was just hard to deal with.
Is it true Roy Keane tried to snatch you for Sunderland, back to Sunderland while you were at Borough?
I heard that, and I've been told that, and apparently Sunderland was trying to like get me back. I think it was an offer that, or a few offers being put forward to like the club.
Right.
I never found out how much. And Middlesbrough said to me that they weren't prepared to sell me, they want me to stay. So, in a way, obviously, it's good to be wanted, but it's good at the club you are when you stay. You know, so it was good in both ways, and I feel like okay, I'm doing something right if they don't want to sell me. So I felt, you know, protecting away from the club and wanted as well.
Did you ever meet Roy?
No, I never got a chance. I played against him many times, but I never got a chance to meet. But you know,
You must have heard stories when he was at Sunderland.
Oh, it wasn't higher. Yeah, I mean, I used to play with Leah Lawrence. Right wing used to play with us on the mic. He probably was one of the ones that he wasn't having him much, and he confronted him a few times. And, you know, I don't know. I can't comment on
you
personality or manager, but I heard it was like, well, the player he was, everything had to be done 100%. And even when you listen to him, training sessions had to be done 100%.
Full.
Not like 50%, and then. So I believe he wants like everyone to be training hard and show commitment, and the players that didn't do that.
Yeah, I know Roy. I had a few nights out with him with Man United. Yes. My mate, we used to go.
Oh, okay.
And then when he first came to the Republic, he's obviously 21 level.
Yes.
He made his debut against Seville in Spain.
Yes.
And he was there. He played that day. And I'll tell you who we've seen talking about. Have you ever met Maradona?
Once in an airport.
Tell us about it. Did you talk to him? Did you cuddle him, kiss him?
I wish I could. I only put my hand around him.
Oh, did you?
It was too popular. I remember like coming back from Argentina to like start pre-season here, and I just go on the plane, and I see all these people turning around and people talking. And I saw what the hell is going on, And I turn around and I recognize a couple of players, ex-footballers. That at that time they were playing like a five-a-side.
Oh, you got five-a-side
around the world.
Yeah, we did it. Singapore, Hong Kong, five-a-side.
So they were doing that, representing Argentina. So I saw like 1, 2 players. So it must be him coming after, because I knew he was playing with them. And then you could see him coming, and obviously the plane was like, wow, I never seen anything like that. So people coming to him, and I could see him getting fed up. I could see him like, just looking at the lads and saying, when it's gonna end. So I saw like, if I go there now, ask for a picture, it's probably tell me to like, because he didn't know who I was. So I said, I'm gonna wait till we get out of the plane and see if we can catch him. So as soon as we got out of the plane, I go out first, and I'm basically coming to like the doors where you go out, and I look at there, and the amount of people waiting for him was ridiculous. I say, if I wait for him, once he go past the door, that's no chance. So I stand there, I was waiting. When I saw him coming, I said, Diego, can I have a picture?
Can I have a kiss?
Can I have a hug? And then another player, at that time we didn't have the phone to take selfies, it was like an old Nokia. So I had to ask one of the other players, can you take a picture? So luckily the other player said, no problem, took a picture, and that was it. It was only 5 seconds. But
so my story with Maradona, so it's one of Keane's first games, it's in Seville, we're training in the shadows of the stadium in a sort of cage-like thing with the grass, and that's the way. We've trained, we've boarded the bus, and there's guys like Ronnie Whelan, Liverpool, John Aldridge, Real Sociedad, Patty Bonacelli, all big hitters here in England. Anyway, let's go drive, and then all of a sudden somebody goes, hold on a minute, here's Maradona coming. And he's walking towards the bus. In the middle, there's like a bouncer guy and a goalkeeper, bag of balls. So he's like that, barrel chested like that to the lads. There's no phones. This is 92. No, the lads are going like that. Maradona. So we all stood there. So anyway, he drops the balls, keeper's getting his strappings on, the bouncer guy's standing at the gate, and he's getting the balls. He knows we're watching. By the post, over the bar, we're going, that's not Maradona. Right? So then he did the trick where he flicked the ball, he flicked his left heel, over the top, back on one, pulled it down, keeper went in, he just went, top corner. It was like a golfer getting his reach. And we went, it is Maradona, just let us go, driver. But great to see him, and one of the regrets, I got my photo with the Pope in Rome, but I never got my photo with Maradona in Seville. That's my one regret.
He was a unique player.
Some boy, wasn't he?
His personal life, obviously, different scenario, but as a footballer,
brilliant.
Probably
amazing. Is he your best footballer? Who's your best player? You've got Messi.
I like Messi. I think Messi he sell you the full package. He's a family person, look after himself. Never see him in social media.
Right.
Obviously, what he's done in football is fantastic.
Oh, without a doubt.
To like such a long time.
Longevity.
Because Maradona done really well, especially for Argentina. In the national team done really well. But I cannot remember seeing Diego for 10 or 15 years playing well. Like
no, his lifestyle. No,
he was in, out, suspended for drugs, coming back, putting weight, getting slim. So he was in and out. Obviously, when he was on it was unbelievable. In Napoli, obviously, when he was in
Napoli's
Italy,
amazing. Wow.
he turned that team from being relegated
nothing.
to like being champions. But Messi, she's playing against some of the best.
Have you ever
players in the
bumped
world.
into him?
No. I know a lot of people that know him, but and everyone. The good thing is everyone speaks well about him.
Yeah. He looks a
He's
family
such a
man.
humble
He's
lad,
yeah.
he does stuff for charity. He does stuff that not many people find out that he does.
Yeah.
But he doesn't put it on social media.
Yeah.
He should like to do it for the.
Yeah, because he's a charitable guy. He doesn't need publicity.
And I think the choices he makes in his career are done for a purpose, and people criticize for him to go to America. But I think by him going there, he could probably extend his career.
Yeah,
he might have reached the
longer.
next World Cup.
Yeah. I'm a Maradona fan. Played the time when they kicked him there.
Oh yes.
But
we
obviously,
will never find out if Maradona could play now. I believe Maradona could play now.
Play
because,
anywhere.
Yeah.
I like Rebels.
Yes.
When you signed for the Borough, you scored against Sunderland, didn't you? 2-2.
Yes. First derby here, I think it was. Roy Keane obviously was manager for.
Right.
They came back to I think it was the second season. They came back to the Premier League, Sunderland, on the Roy. We play here. I think. I scored the first one.
Was it another header?
Glenn Leveter, it was. Glenn Leveter scored the first one. I equalised. I think Steve Downing scored the 2-1, and then they equalised in the end. Good game, entertaining.
Did you celebrate? I would have been there doing the commentary, but I can't remember that.
I didn't know.
Did you know?
Typically, I was all week saying, what are you going to do if you score? I said, well, I don't score many goals, and typically it happened, No, I think, celebrating a team that gave me an opportunity to come here, they look after myself. I think, he had to show some kind of respect, and that's why I did.
Looking back at Gareth Southgate, became England manager. Could you believe he became England manager, and could you believe he got the England squad to 2 massive finals?
Well, I knew he was working on the 21s. For such a long time.
Yeah.
And then I think the opportunity presented by who was the manager that got sacked. Allardyce was.
Big Sam, Big Sam.
I think he came after him, no?
He did.
Something happened.
So he was thrown in there by default.
Yes, and then I think Gareth came, obviously he was in charge. At the beginning, obviously, expectations were low, it's like come from the under 21 to manage a national team. Well, it's not an easy job. But I think he grew up as a manager, he made England better and better. I know he was criticised, especially right at the end. I don't agree with that. I think overall he done a great job.
I thought he did great.
Like anyone, yes, you could make mistakes,
Well, it's not his fault they missed penalties.
Well, I mean, the player needs to take responsibility, of course, but I think, he brought a new generation to England, apart from obviously the last generation I remember was Lampard, Scholes, Steve Gerrard, Ferdinand. He slowly started bringing a new generation that I saw he done really well. As you say, he reached 2 was 2 finals, 2
finals. No,
two
Euros.
Euros, and so to reach the final in these tournaments, I mean,
some people accused if it was a wee bit more exciting and creative going that way. They used to accuse him of being too late putting subs on, more defensive minded.
I heard that,
but he was a defender by trade, wasn't
he? He's like anyone, I'm sure he was there and wants to win more than anyone. Being English, you want your nation to win the World Cup or win the European Cups.
I'll be honest, did you want him to win it?
Well, I mean,
do you know what?
I'm Argentina.
Deep down, I never.
I like him.
I wanted Gareth to win it. I didn't want England to win it. I'd have wanted to move back to Scotland. You played under Tony Mowbray.
Yes, Tony, another good manager.
Yeah.
great person.
Yeah, great human being.
I spent with him, I think a year and a half or 2 years under him and Bino, his assistant,
Right.
Marvin, and we play some good football. I mean, typical Tony style, you know, trying to play, look
Football.
after the ball, football.
Yeah.
You know, that it was different than the football we were playing under Strachan. It was more direct, more aggressive.
You were under Strachan as well?
Yeah.
What did you think of the ginger one, my fellow Scotsman up the road?
Well,
He had a difficult time, didn't he?
we have a difficult time with him.
Yeah.
He came obviously from a massive team like Celtic up there.
And half of Scotland came with him.
Well, he brought a lot of players, but we have a lot of young players as well, and something, you know, I know all managers sometimes tend to be old-fashioned, but sometimes you need to adapt to the player you have.
Yeah.
You cannot treat everyone the same, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was different styles, you know. Personally, myself, I like more Tony's style than his style. But you know, as football is something you need to be available to work for this manager. You know, that's what you get paid for.
Yeah. What were the highlights of your Sunderland and Borough careers?
So Sunderland, I managed to win a championship with them. As a footballer, that's what you're looking for.
Of course.
I had my time in the Premier League, especially the first season was good. Nearly reached UEFA Cup. And then at Middlesbrough, again, I got to play with some fantastic players, many international players. I got to know different managers in here, starting with Gareth, finishing with Tony, you know, different style of football. And the fans, you know, I always mention the fans, as much as Sunderland and Middlesbrough, you know, the fans always support me. Passionate. Even now, you know, last time when I was here with you, I haven't been here for a while, and you know, fans come over and say hello, you always treat you with respect. So, you know, it's good to see that and hear that.
Looking at the years you spent in Sunderland and Middlesbrough, you proved you were loyal. You know, 6 years Middlesbrough, 6 and a bit here. So loyalty is a big thing for you as a individual. I mean, there's very little loyalty now in today's game.
Yeah, I think when like I said to you before, when the team show you that want you to be here, then why should I be loyal to that team? You know, especially to look after me. And as I say, Sunderland look after me at a young age when I first arrived. And then Middlesbrough, when I first came here, they look after me as well. You know, of course, as a player, you have your ups and downs, and I have my ups and downs over there, and I have my ups and downs in here.
Everybody does.
I got to play probably less sometimes than what I wanted, but that's nothing to do with the football club or the chairman or the fans. It's just something to do with myself and the managers at that time, you know.
You represented Argentina under 20 and 21 level. Is it true you won 3 World Cups?
No, so I played for Argentina on the 20s. My first tournament was the qualification to enter the World Cup.
Right.
That we automatically entered the World Cup before we start playing that, because the World Cup was going to be in Argentina in 2001. And then in 2000, that was in 2000, the tournament we played to qualify. In 2000, I went back to Argentina to play the World Cup, and then we won the World Cup over there.
Were you captain?
I was captain in the qualifiers and the qualification to the World Cup. The captain in the World Cup was Fabrizio Coloccini. So we have some players that play alongside me there that they came to England. Coloccini was one of them.
Yeah, tell us on it.
Maxi Rodriguez played for Liverpool. We have, it's another player that he was in Sunderland only for a year, Nicolas Medina, young player. He came just 1 year after me. He didn't play much in here. We have Willy Caballero, keeper at Man City, that is working with Chelsea's manager now, with the Managerial team over there. I cannot remember if it was any or 2 more, but
so there's a lot progressed.
Yeah, it was out of the 20 players, I think 18 or 19 playing for big teams in Europe. Yeah.
In 2004, Will, you were at Sunderland. You were expected to get the call for a Summer Olympic qualification.
Yes.
But Sunderland blocked it.
Yeah, we've gone through a spell of massive games for Sunderland. I think it was like trying to gain the playoff, FA Cup games and stuff like that. And Mick said to me that we needed a full squad.
Oh, it was Mick that stopped
I
you.
think it was mid. So it was a game to play the qualification for the Olympics. It wasn't the Olympics yet. And you know,
How did you feel?
Look, I mean, it was a long time ago, but when you get a call from the national team, you want to play, don't you? That's the aim of a football player, you know, playing for the national team. And I understood what Mick was saying,
Yeah.
and it was not much I could do, you know, if the manager wanted you to stay, you know. At that time, it wasn't like now, and go.
Do you think if Big Mick was Argentinian instead of Irish, he might have let
I
you go?
probably wouldn't let me go, yeah.
See, that happened to me twice.
Yeah?
I was 29, I was one of the oldest to get capped for the Republic. Big Jack Charlton, God rest him. He says you've got a couple of games to nail a position to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
I'm 29, last opportunity.
Yes.
Colin Todd, the then manager, you've heard of Colin Todd, he's a former Sunderland player. He could have cancelled the game, but he says, no, you're not going. So I've confronted him, he said if I was English, and I gave it all that. I played against Roy Keane, he was playing centre back for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare, because my mind was,
Somewhere,
he's done, mate.
Yeah.
You get that, don't you?
Yeah,
and then it happened again with a manager called Lenny Lawrence. He again, if you're a first team, if you're in the full squad, they can cancel the game if one or two's in. But him again, it says no,
So
you're not going.
twice.
So twice it happened to me, and
Wow.
twice I confronted him.
Wow.
And I used the same rhetoric, like if I was English, you would be bowing and letting me go.
Yeah.
So I know how it felt.
The problem is, like, you know, at that time you could get obviously well, I mean, it probably happened now, suspended from the football team for leaving the club,
Yeah.
not playing back in your own team. So the consequences could bring more damage or more cons than pos. You know, so.
Yeah. When you left Middlesbrough, how difficult was it to adapt to life outside the football?
Well, it's always something that I speak about it, and lately I've been having conversation with ex-footballers and people just in, you know, general people around over there about mental health, you know.
Yeah, mental health is a big thing. Yeah.
How important is mental health and how can it impact you, not just 3 months after you stop playing football, it could impact you 12 months or a year after, 2 years after, you know. Because you know more than me, you know, when you a footballer, your lifestyle change. It's not because I cannot spend this or that, because you coming from this bubble, out of that bubble, and you don't enter that bubble anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's it, when you finish, you finish.
Yeah.
Yes, you could go and play charity games and you could become a manager, and that's the closest that is gonna get you to a football pitch. So at the beginning it wasn't hard because I had an operation, so I was out for 2 or 3 years, so I knew that even if I wanted, I could not get back playing. I think it hit me like probably a few years after, you know, when I realized it's over. And then I started playing part-time football, semi-professional with South Shields.
Yeah, you went to South Shields. Before you went to South Shields, Eric Gates, my mate, he says, I'm sure Julio played in local parks for a while.
I played on the league.
How did you find that? What were the pitches like?
Well, it's like going back in time when I was 10, 11 years old.
Right.
In a way, I enjoy it. You know, people say to me, what the hell are you doing playing Sunderland?
Yeah.
Come on, you can go and play. But it just took me back to like when I was like 10, 11 years old, play with my mates. You know, muddy pitches, I mean the changing rooms, some not even change rooms there, get changed in the street.
Right.
Go and play there. Some of the tackles like were ridiculous. The referee probably been out the night before and he's just there. He's just trying to say, I can't wait for this game to finish. But it was entertaining, and I got to know people as well outside football. Very passionate. They love football. Obviously, they could never reach the level we reached. But they're very passionate about football.
Did they admire you for playing it, or did they want to kick you?
At the beginning, the lads didn't know how to treat me because they saw, here we go, our next Premier League, cocky, arrogant. They saw that I was going to be like that.
Right.
Then when they know me and they start like to see who I was,
you're real.
So it's one of us, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get in games where like people was trying to like, I don't know if he like hurt you, but try to go after you, follow you here, follow you there, try to compete against you, to see I'm at the same level.
Yeah.
You know,
Which they'll never be.
Well, I don't know.
No, there won't be. Of course there won't.
I believe I was fit. You know, I still fit. I was
Yeah.
only 33 or 34.
Right, so you were still fit.
So it was entertaining. You know, I spent like nearly 10 months with it.
Did you?
So, yeah,
was there no
yeah.
stray dogs chasing you?
Oh, it was crazy things happened there. By seeing people like smoking half time, you know, drinking half time, people arriving, you know, late and being out all night. I remember like once we played this game and counter-attack. We counter-attack. It was like a 1-1 game, nearly the end, and we won the ball. And we just played to the left wing, and the left wing started running down the line, basically just going against the keeper.
Yeah.
And he had this guy, now that you mentioned the dog, he had this guy with his dog, just outside, yeah? And he just went like that with the dog, just push the dog, yeah? To the left wing. The left wing obviously fell over, ball in the referee looking at everyone, what should I do? I said, well, you're definitely not going to move the dog, are you? But honestly, when I say these things to my mates back home in Argentina, they say, no,
They don't believe it.
It happens. These things happen. You know, I can tell you because
Yeah.
you might know some people are playing Sunday
yeah,
league, you know.
hey, definitely.
And all these things, I don't know if they still happen now, but they used to happen at that time.
I did it near Hampden Park,
Yeah.
Scotland. I'd finished. I was at the game for a year. Ended up playing with my mates like you against another team.
Yeah.
I went under a dodgy name. Scored a couple. They were kicking lumps at me.
Oh man.
Really
As
kicking
soon as I
me.
see you like touching the ball.
And my mates all started boxing. And I went,
Wow.
that was the end. I never went back to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, funny as. South Shields.
Yeah, that's how like from obviously not playing anymore
Yeah.
professionally through Sunday League, through South Shields. Just a friend of mine contact me and I've been asked by South Shields manager if you're interested in playing for them. I said weekends I want to stay with the family. So I used to play for the Sunday League team once every 2 weeks, not every Sunday. You know? I said, look, compromise to play again every Saturday. The traveling wasn't too bad because it was just around there. I said, oh, I'm not sure. And then we have a few different conversations with them. Then the chairman just arrived at that time, a new chairman with a lot of ambition, you know, money to spend for the club to make things better. So we ended up agreeing something. And I saw it's going to be a few months. And it ended up being 3 years with them.
3 years.
Yeah.
Did you love it?
I enjoy it. It was obviously more professional than Sunday League.
Obviously.
You get to look more. The referees obviously and the football they look after yourself more. It wasn't just stupid tackles like Sunday League. And again, it got me back in time. You know, when I was playing like through my youth career. You know, you have the fans right next to you. No fans.
Yeah.
People drinking and watching the game next to you, and I started playing with 400-500 people, 600 people, and then I ended up playing with nearly 2,000 there.
Brilliant.
So since
You got the buzz again.
Yeah. It went well for the club. The club done well.
Is your wife Argentinian?
Yeah, she's from back home.
So why are you still in England?
Well, we have our spells here and there.
All right.
So before pandemic, we went back home. Just to like stay with the family and friends for a year. My kids were young at that time, so they didn't go to school. It was just only nursery, so we were allowed to take them out. And then we got stuck with the pandemic over there. Obviously, since got bad, we could not get the vaccine to get back to the country, so we ended up spending like quite a few years in there.
Right. Wow.
And then we decided to come back and yeah, I mean, believe it or not, this is a place that we like. You know,
I'm the same.
Two of my 3 kids born here in England. They like it here. Yes, the lifestyle or the culture of the country is different than ours, but I've been here nearly 21 years. You know, so half of my life nearly. So obviously it's hard to have your family on the other side of the world.
Of course.
But
when you've got your own private jet like you.
Oh, I wish. But we try to see as much as we can with the family.
So what are you up to right now these days? What do you do? What are you
So
up to?
at the moment, still doing coaching with young kids on a weekly basis. I'm doing a little bit work with Salvation Army, trying to keep myself busy doing a bit radio here and there. some charity events as well when I can. It's always good to help some people.
Of course, it's Julio, a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thanks
Thank you
much,
very,
Andy.
very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for doing it.